Hi. Okay, so I left the house, as you can clearly see. The first two stores I went to didn't have air conditioning. Now, like I said, it's not that hot, but when you get inside a building with no air conditioning and no air movement, it is quite hot, okay? It is quite stuffy, and it did no good to dry my hair this morning because my hair is soaked. I washed my hair and now it is soaked with sweat. Which means I'm probably gonna have to, well, at least, yeah, wash it. Anyway, I changed out the, my mailbox number, which I posted. Like I said, not that anybody has to send me anything, but sometimes people send me cards and stuff, like at my birthday and stuff. So, I was paying for a medium-sized box, and I thought, why am I paying for a medium-sized box? Because even if I get a package, all they do is put a piece of paper inside my box. How many times can I say box? And I take it to them and they go get my package. And I was like, I'm going to switch to the smaller box. I mean, everybody likes smaller boxes, right? So I did that. As I stood there drenched in sweat because it was so hot in there. And I'm like, child, why are you wearing a jacket? Don't you know it's hot out here, in here, and out there, and everywhere? Okay, well then I decided to go to Sprouts, okay? Because I wanted to get a few fresh fruits and vegetables, and they have this spread that I really like, and I'm gonna try to do a lower carb thing. And this spread, let's see, I might forget. It's my 17 carbs, but 16 fiber and 0 sugar. So that's good, right? That's 1 gram, right? I don't know. I'm still learning. My problem will be only eating 1 piece of bread. But it's so yummy. It reminds me of the white bread I had as a child, that you would bite into it and the white bread would get stuck to the roof of your mouth. Do you remember that? Okay, well, anyway. I was walking around in Sprouts trying to act like I had some sort of sense and dignity. And I got my buggy, my shopping cart, hung up. Yeah, like 2 dogs with 1 in heat. They were hung up. And I was between this rack full of stuff and this rack where the stuff is. And this man was unloading, and I was trying to be out of the way, you know? I was trying not to get in anyone's way. But I wedged myself in there, and I thought the freaking thing would roll with me, you know, so I could just roll it out a little bit. It wouldn't budge. I guess he had the locks down on it, you know? And I was like, well, gosh, here I am stuck. So then I'm trying to back up. But I'm trying to do all of this so covertly that no one sees me, because I don't want to appear as awkward as I am. I mean, I had already asked the man, have you tasted of the cherries? And he looked at me like I was crazy, like I just work here. And I was like, well, have you? He said, no. I said, oh. I just wondered if they were sweet yet, because in my mind, they're usually better when it's hotter. Okay, I mean, that may not make sense to anyone but me, but I've always noticed that cherries are better when it's hotter. Anyway, I bought some cherries, okay? And then I got all wedged, and I was trying not to bother him again because he didn't seem like he was in the mood for it. So I finally got my buggy back out from being wedged where it was, okay? So then I wanted to go buy a watermelon because I do love me a good watermelon. And I read online because I was like, I want to pick the sweet watermelon. I don't care what it looks like on the outside. I want a good sweet watermelon. And it said to pick the one with this big yellow spot because that means it's sat in the field and has gotten sweeter. So I picked one with a big yellow thing on it, and then I saw one with a bigger yellow thing on it, and I thought, well gosh, that yellow thing's bigger than this yellow thing, so I'll put this yellow thing up and get that yellow thing, which is really just a watermelon with a big yellow spot on it. And then I dropped it, mine, that I had picked up, and I had two choices to make. I said, Tracy, you either put the watermelon that you just dropped and busted open back on the rack there for someone else, or you just go pay for this watermelon because you're going home and busting it open anyway. So I chose the correct option, okay? I did, because I dropped it. It's my fault. So I'm going to pay for my mistakes of dropping it, okay? So I get to the checkout, and I tell the person, I said, look, I dropped my watermelon, and she busted open, okay? But I'm still going to get it because I'm just going to go home and bust it open anyway, okay? And she goes, okay. And I said, so just put her in one of these bags because, all by herself, because it's a plastic-lined bag anyway, and that way she won't leak bodily fluids all over the back of my vehicle. Did that sound scary? It should. And she said, okay. So then someone comes up behind me in line, and she says, ma'am, is this your watermelon? And I said, who wants to know? Yes, it's my watermelon. You can't have it. It's mine. She said, did you know that your watermelon is cracked? Busted, as it were. I said, yeah, I dropped it. She said, oh, how very, I think she said kind. How very kind of you to go ahead and buy the one that you busted. I said, well, it is the right thing to do, isn't it? We should buy the things that we break. Or at least go offer it to them and say, I'm sorry I broke this. Because most of the time, stores will say, that's okay. That's why we've got insurance. And you're like, thanks. But you always need to do the right thing, okay? I gotta sneeze. Oh, let me stop for this red light. Oh, that was a good one. Okay, so then, the lady puts it in the bag. And then someone else comes up, like a bagger person. And she says, ma'am, did you know that your watermelon is busted? And I'm like, do y'all have to tell everyone that I dropped the watermelon? Do you? Ah! And she said, well, I can exchange it for another one. And I said, it's okay. I dropped it. And I'm going to go home and open it anyway, so it's fine. I just wanted it in this bag so she wouldn't spill her bodily fluids all over my vehicle. And she said, well, is she at least red inside? I don't know, sir, ma'am. I did not look at her insides to see if she was red. And she said, she doesn't look red. And I said, well, the internet said, look for the one with the big yellow spot. And she has a big yellow spot. And she said, oh. I said, it said that way it's sweeter. And the internet knows everything. And she goes, so you don't want a new watermelon? Because we can chunk this one. And I was like, y'all ain't gonna chunk it. Y'all gonna open it up back there and eat it. I mean, if you don't, that's criminal. But, no, I'm fine. Really, trust me, because I'm gonna go home and eat this watermelon. I mean, at least some. I mainly bought it for the girls. And I bought some tahini because Naomi said she likes tahini on her watermelon. I like salt on my watermelon. But anyway, yes, that's how my trip to Sprouts went. I was awkward, and then I was awkward, and I killed a watermelon. I killed it. Busted right open. Yeah. Anyway, I guess that'll be it for this one, though. I mean, it's dang near 12 o'clock. It's 12:01, actually. And I'm on the way back home. I am loving school being out because there's absolutely no traffic. Where is everyone? Here's my question. Okay, just because school is out, school's out for summer, just because school's out, where do the people go? I mean, like, is everybody on vacation this week? Everybody? I have the whole run of the county alone. I can't have the whole run of the county alone. I can't handle it all. Oh, although, if it's just me, then I suppose I can. Because I don't have to protect myself or defend myself. Right? Right. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon because people be crazy. And I will talk to you on the next Tracy Tries. I can't promise you when that'll be, but I am 110% better, okay? Toodles, my noodles, and stay silly, my friends. Peace, love, and joy to everyone. And peace on earth and goodwill to men. Goodbye.